SEPA is here to stay. It will change the way gold, silver, and platinum is imported into India.
It's a very good entry point right now to really enter gold. This is a really good time, given that we've already seen presence of a support over here. Very good morning, folks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Finmet Mondays. Sunil, gold gave us quite a shocker last week, but in the good sense. It was able to be extremely resilient against inflation data, against retail sales data. And I'm kind of surprised as to how that was possible. What are your thoughts on how gold was able to remain so resilient?
I think the reason goes back to two factors. So let me first take the data. I think when people looked at the data a bit more closely, what they found is that the underlying fear that the Fed may increase interest rates in the forthcoming September meeting or even in October or November seems to have receded. The risk of higher interest rates from this level seems to have receded for now. Also, adding to that bullish sentiment was the fact that the underlying physical demand is very good. We're getting reports of very strong demand from China. The premiums right now in China are around $40, $45 an ounce. Demand from the jewelry sector in India also seems to be quite strong. So overall, the physical demand is holding up, and that's supporting the overall investment view that gold has bottomed out and we need to start accumulating positions.
I also feel that there is some level of pressure on central banks to not have an extremely hawkish outlook. Uh, on Friday, just 3 days back, there was an auto workers' strike in the US demanding higher wages because of how sticky inflation has been. On the technical side, Sunil, let me just show you how the outlook looks like for this week. One interesting observation from the past 2 to 3 weeks of data is if you look at this black line that we have here, this is a 200-day moving average. We typically say that when prices move below this level, it's a strong sell sign. What has happened the last two times it has moved below this is that there has been a bounce back and there has been a clear indication of support, especially in Thursday's candle over here. You see that there's just a small body here but a long wick, and it just mentions to you that on that day prices actually move right up to this 1900 level and has bounced back and has settled back at the 1910 level. It just shows you the amount of support
Okay,
that gold has at these
I
key
see.
levels, at the 1900 support levels. You see two consecutive instances of higher lows being created, and it's only a matter of time before gold again tests this resistance level that we've been talking about, this resistance descending trend line from here. And if it is able to do so, given the data that's coming in, I definitely think they're going to breach very soon. Not yet, not probably in this coming week, but in the weeks to come, there is every possibility that gold is able to breach this level and move higher. This level, I think, would be somewhere around the 1940 to 1950 zone. It keeps changing every week
Mhm,
because as the trend line is descending, it kind of keeps shifting. So it's kind of descended
mhm.
back to the 1930 level. But again, this is the area that I think gold is going to test again soon. But support is definitely very strong for the metal, and that's what I think our viewers need to take away, which is it's a very good entry point right now to really enter gold. This is a really good time, given that we've already seen presence of a support over here. It's been a year since imports to SEPA has even become a thing. How has that really affected trades on the ground? Have the Indian markets responded to this new route?
In the last few weeks, we're actually seeing a meaningful change. We can see now that the volume of imports by banks from Dubai has increased substantially compared to the imports from London or for good delivery metal. So that shift has happened. Also, we're seeing volumes now on the IIBX picking up. So some of the qualified jewelers, the TRQ holders are actually using IIBX to import gold. So on gold, we can see that the flows have changed. We're also seeing similar changes taking place in silver and platinum. And there are some initial hiccups, I think, which will get sorted out. But the underlying trend for us is that SEPA is here to stay. It will change the way gold, silver, and platinum is imported into India. And therefore, it's very important for our listeners that they should try to get some more knowledge about how it impacts their business and how they can change the way that they've been doing business to benefit from SEPA. That's why I would encourage a lot of the listeners to reach out to your Finmet sales executive, anybody from Finmet, and just inform us if you need any help. We can explain to you what SEPA is and how it can benefit you.
Thanks, Sunil. Let's look at the price outlook. We have the Fed interest rate decision for this week. We also have multiple monetary policy decisions. I think from the Bank of England, there's one from, I also think the Bank of Japan. So it's going to be quite an action-packed week. But yeah, till then, I will see you next Monday. But thank you so much and goodbye.